What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Formula 1 video. Today we're going to be talking about the different types of scale helmets you guys can buy if you guys want Formula 1 signatures. Roll the intro.
Daniel, thank you, Daniel. Go. Thank you, Daniel.
Alright guys, so we're going to go through the different scales of helmets you guys can buy to get your autographs from different Formula 1 drivers. I have all my examples right here. So let's start off with, of course, 1.1 scale. Of course, 1.1 is literally, this is not a Formula 1 driver, that's my brother's helmet for karting, which is a bit dusty. I haven't been karting in a while. Obviously, it's your full-size helmet. So these are called 1.1 scale. You can buy Formula 1 helmets, they are very expensive. And will a driver sign a 1.1 scale? It's pretty difficult, I will say that. Especially like someone like Lewis Hamilton doesn't want to look at them. But I guess if you bring the visor and you try like a Leclerc or something, it is pretty possible. So this one, of course, is 1.1 scale. And moving on to the next size, of course, you can buy, which is my favorite, of course, is, of course, the 1.2 scale. Now, this is obviously a 1.2 scale. Now, if we compare the 1.1 to the 1.2, it's literally half the size, right? It literally fits in here. But these are my favorite 1.2 scale. Obviously, there's a massive community around the 1.2 scale helmets. They are pretty pricey. Each helmet you're paying 350 Australian dollars for one helmet these days in 2025. That's not even signed. Of course, Charles Leclerc's signature is on this one. Really clean Charles. But this one is obviously a 1.2 scale. Like I said, this is my favorite range of helmets you guys can buy. I've done a full collection video. Check it out. Super, super good. Now, the next scale you guys can buy, which is, I guess, way more affordable, okay, is the 1.5 scale helmets. Now, I'll show you guys an example and how to actually get signatures on these type of helmets. But 1.5 scale is more affordable. Let's just write that down. So it's more affordable. Affordable, if I can spell. Okay, boom, cash, boom. 1.5 is more affordable than any other helmet scale in this whole list, and it's probably the most, I guess, you can bring a few of them, right, if you want to get autographs. And an example of 1.5 scale, of course, is right here. Now, I don't collect these, my brother does, and the way you get these signed, actually, well, if we compare this actual helmet, it's very, very small, right? Now, we compare 1.5, of course, to the 1.2 scale. There's your difference, okay? So that's just the way it is. How do you guys get these signatures? You can guys get the plate signed, which I don't suggest. I suggest you get the box signed. As you guys can see, here's an example. Lando Norris signed the top of the box. You can bring it to him like that. Of course, if I don't want to wreck his helmet, but anyway. You bring it to him like that, you sign the top of it, boom, easy. Otherwise, you can bring your whole mini helmet. Obviously, if you have luggage and stuff, it's hard to bring a few of these. I do bring about 25 to 30 helmets every year with the carry-ons. But anyway, obviously, these are more affordable and you're going to get more autographs and it's a lot easier, I guess. And drivers are pretty chill when they sign just boxes like that. Drivers are chill as well with the actual helmet because they understand it's their actual helmet and you're a fan of them. But it is a bit of a mission to carry all these in a bag and you have the helmet with the pen, or if you want to do two at a time. You know, it's obviously not as, I guess, not as easy as the 1.5 scale. But of course, we've got 1.1, which we've got 1.2, and then we've got 1.5, which I just showed you. And then there is another scale helmet, which I just call it the small helmet. For whatever reason, I don't know the size of it, but it is smaller than 1.5, and it is this one. I got this actually hand signed by Jacques Villeneuve. Now, I didn't take my own advice, did I? I didn't get the lid signed. I actually got the bottom of it signed back in 2019 or 2022, something like that. I just bought it because I knew Jacques Villeneuve was there. I didn't have a 1.2 scale Jacques Villeneuve helmet. So I was like, oh, I want to get a Jacques Villeneuve autograph. So I bought this little bad boy, 2001 Jacques Villeneuve. BAR Honda, which was one of my favorite teams growing up, watching Formula 1 as a kid. BAR Honda, the white car, of course. And if you compare the two sizes, obviously it's a lot smaller. I would suggest for more affordable and like that looks cool, I'd go 1.5. If you guys have more money to spend and you want to get addicted, 1.2 is definitely the way to go. If we look at this, if we do some price charts, actually, if I get rid of this, if we go from expensive to least expensive, it's very, very simple. Obviously, the larger scale is going to be way more expensive. 1.2 scale, it's just pretty straightforward, right? And then, of course, this is more affordable. you're paying about, I think it was £40, which is about 80 Australian dollars, which I'll get into the prices soon. And this one is obviously cheaper. But to be fair, the price is very similar to the 1.5 scale helmet. Now, if we go for prices for 1.1 scale, you're paying over $1,000 plus. That's Australian dollars. 1.2 scale, you're paying around $350, and that's not signed, that's AUD as well, just so you guys know. And then of course the 1.5 scale, let's just say 80 Australian dollars, okay? Just, oh shit, if I do that, yeah, 80 Australian dollars, okay, roughly. That's not with postage though, so if you're buying somewhere from Europe or whatever, because it's about £40 from the shop where you get them from, which is DRM, shout out to them. And then of course the small helmets, you're paying, I think I pay like, say, I don't know, like $50 AUD at a shop at Melbourne. So that's all the price you got, 1,000 plus, 350. But of course, 1.2 scale helmets, as you guys know, can sell up to $1,000 plus for, of course, more rare helmets. I've seen 1.2 scale helmets go for $20,000. That was a Lewis Hamilton, the BLM 2020 hand sign on F1 Authentics. Someone paid premium price for a Lewis Hamilton autograph. I've got 11 of them, so I'm not complaining. Can I get $20,000? No, because F1 Authentics is literally partnered up with Lewis Hamilton. It's a clean signature. It's F1 Authentics. You know it's legit signature. Of course, my signatures are legit, but you need to have photo proof. And obviously, when you're going through the actual sport, they can charge upwards of $20,000 for a Sir Lewis Hamilton autograph. And this is in 2020 when people just stole money around like it was freaking hotcake, you know, back in the COVID era. $20,000 for a Lewis Hamilton 2020 helmet. Guys, these are the type of scale helmets you guys can get. It's pretty straightforward, very, very simple. I obviously love 1.2 scale helmets. I would suggest go 1.2 scale helmets. If you guys don't have a lot of money, go for the 1.5 scale. Start off small, buy 2 or 3, get autographs, and then you'll become addicted and waste all your money on mini helmets. Guys, if you have any questions, comment down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I actually have shown a video of my complete mini helmet collection. If you guys are interested, check that video on the channel. Hit the like. I want to make that video a bit more viral, where my aim is to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Once I've done that, we can continue obviously growing the channel. Obviously, niche and fan base throughout this page is absolutely amazing because it is such a really tight community for the 1.2 scale helmets. But guys, thank you guys for watching today's video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in my next Formula 1 video.